Well, I always loved this building, and of course I have, I can't believe it, I was here 14 years, my longest assignment, and everybody thought I was going to retire here, or, stay on till my health gave out. But then I had this intuition after 14 years that people needed a new urge, a new leadership, 14 years of any person is enough. And so I just it's time to leave, really for the benefit of the people and perhaps myself. And so I put my name in and I bid on Holy Family, Virginia Beach, a huge suburban parish. And I went there for 5 years till the bishop forcibly retired me. So it's great to be back here. This is in the columbarium here. Niche 3 is where my ashes will be in a chock full of nuts can. So I better re-identify before I kick the bucket. And I love, of course, the pastoral nature of the property and all the lightsome building that it is. I told the Jewish architect I didn't want a Christian architect because they have antediluvian ideas about churches. And Jewish people do not. In fact, their model is synagogue, which is, of course, where Jesus started. And so I told him, if you make this look like a church, I'll sue you, teasingly. But he got the point. So this does not look like a church. And the church is the people, so until the people get in here, it's just another building anyway. Churches are assembly halls. They're synagogues, places for people to gather. And before they had synagogues and the temple, they had tents. And before that, they had the open air. So there's nothing really new about it. Theology, architecture is supposed to follow theology. So since the people of God celebrate Mass, the assembly hall should be built as were ancient Eastern Rite churches, in circles or octagons. They sort of adopted. They thought the circle was too wild. So the Eastern Rite churches and the Orthodox churches of today, a lot of them you'll see are octagonal, like St. Helena and Constantine in downtown Newport News is, which is now a restaurant. They moved out and built a bigger church. So if the people of God are doing the worshiping and everybody's a priest, then you don't have a building that looks like a theater where the head actor's up front, dressed in high gag drag and removed from the people. Like in medieval times, they were removed by rood screens. And then they were removed until Vatican II by altar rails. And that's all gone. That's not church. That's Roman pagan influence. So this building reflects where the people of God are. And you don't have any pews. You shouldn't have pews in churches. You could take this out and have a dance hall and have an opera, rent it out. We used to rent it out to the Buddhist temple of Chesapeake, since they couldn't drink at their own places, so they come over here and rent this hall and have a great time. So everything should be multi-use, especially if, in a good parish, half the money is going to go to the poor anyway. So you wouldn't want stained glass, and you wouldn't want marble, and you wouldn't want gold, you wouldn't want thrones, and you wouldn't want expensive rugs, and you wouldn't want, golden tabernacles. That's all against what Jesus stood for and what we really believe in as church. So this building reflects the people of God's place to worship and to do 1,000 other things. Pick up all the chairs in 20 minutes and have a dance or have a funeral brunch or whatever you want. So it's economical in the good sense, and it's omni-use. Boy Scouts come. The kids from the YMCA used to come here and get picked up. You can use it for anything. So it's nice to be back.